Hey everyone, it's Helena here and welcome to week one of my new weekly dive in and out of everything TrueStart, where I'm going to be sharing a bit about what we're up to and a bit about what's on my mind generally as well. So it is Tuesday the 1st of September and I am drinking a original black cold brew today. Good choice, good start to the day. And it is sunny here in Bristol, actually, which doesn't surprise me because always seems to be sunny on the 1st of September, which is Simon and I's wedding anniversary, 8 years today, and the first day we've got both boys in nursery. So I'm feeling great. And so, right, it's time to dive straight in to what's been going on here at the TrueStart Energy Hub over the past week. Firstly, I'm really proud to share that we have been awarded, we've won an award recognising TrueStart as the most eco-conscious beverage company in the Southwest. And this means loads to Simon and I because we really, really believe and we really want to prove that you can build an incredible business that uses positive emotion and energy to genuinely impact millions of lives and make millions of people feel great on a day-to-day basis without compromising on ethics. And we might not be impacting millions just yet, but the aim is definitely to do that. And the ethics that underpin TrueStart are basically a reflection of us and our own values. Putting people first is really important to us, and it's really not easy to scale ethically. It's just not the status quo, and we're constantly challenging ourselves and reviewing just literally every single thing we do. So whether it's the fact we use a carbon neutral delivery service on everything that goes out the door, to plastic free packaging when you place an order on TrueStartCoffee.com, to working with organisations like partners at the Rainforest Alliance for our coffee. We're always looking at how we can be better and always debating our decisions and how they can be better for people and for the planet as well. So it's just awesome to have been recognised with that award. Well done, Simon, actually, as well, who's constantly making sure we're really making the best decisions. He's always looking at innovation and how we can be better and better and better. So nice work, Simon. So the second thing I want to share is a really exciting new customer. So TrueStart is now available at Center Parcs. And I think I'm extra excited about this because it's like my new favourite place. We took Leo and Arthur just before COVID's hit and they literally loved it so much. So we've already got amazing family memories there and we're actually taking them back again in a few weeks. So you can now pick up all of our coffee drinks in the fridges and also our barista grade instant coffee from their park market to sort you out outside. Every busy, tired parent with a TrueStart in their hand is a win as far as I'm concerned, because I know they're going to feel better and able to just enjoy their holiday. So all the energy, all the vibes, none of the rubbish. It's wicked to see us there next to a lot of the industry giants as well. So bring it on, next to Nescafe and the instant coffee and next to Starbucks in the fridge. And thirdly, we have been buzzing this past week because TrueStart has entered the top 20 best-selling instant coffee products on Amazon. Our barista grade instant coffee has only been on Amazon a couple of months, and there are literally hundreds, maybe thousands of instant coffee products to choose from on Amazon, including literally all the industry giants, Nescafe, etc. And all of them each have loads and loads of SKUs of products. So I just can't believe we're in the top 20 so quickly. That means loads. Reading all the reviews on there makes me feel awesome. It makes me really happy because there's just so many comments also about how TrueStart it has made people feel, which is the whole point. We make people feel awesome. So I love reading reviews where people have clearly felt that. The people saying things like, oh, it's magic in a tin, or it's brought sunshine into my kitchen. That's what it's all about. So there's a quick rundown from TrueStart HQ. And I wanted to zoom out a little bit and tell you something that's been on my own mind. And I've got something really massive to share for me. And I'm really excited and also really nervous to talk about it because it's something I've never, ever talked about before. But that needs to change. So you may or may not be surprised to learn that I have a neurobiological condition called ADHD, or brain difference. I was diagnosed at the age of 7, and only recently have I really started to learn about it and how it's responsible for the extreme way my brain and therefore my body works, good and bad. So when I was diagnosed, there was very little research or knowledge or information. And now I know actually how lucky I was to even be diagnosed at all, given how many neurodivergent people, especially women, have no idea they are neurodiverse and actually face a lot of challenges for that reason. So ADHD, what is ADHD? ADHD is a neurobiological condition. Don't get me started on the word disorder. That's on for another episode. That's caused by impaired neurotransmitter activity in one or more areas of the brain. So this fundamentally impacts the uptake and efficient flow of dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, and dopamine is a type of neurotransmitter that we all make in our brains, and we use it to send messages between nerve cells. So dopamine plays a vital role, like absolutely vital role in all of our day-to-day. It's so important for our brain's pleasure and our reward system, but it also regulates mood. It regulates even muscle movement. So it's so important. And put in really, really simple terms, people with ADHD are living with a continual, constant dopamine deficiency. So there's just not enough of it. So put in simple terms, people with ADHD are living with a constant, continual dopamine deficiency, and a brain reward system that just doesn't work in a typical way. And if your knowledge on ADHD represents anything like the average person's level of knowledge on the subject, then I'm telling you that everything you know about ADHD is fundamentally wrong. Like autism spectrum disorder, ASD, ADHD is a spectrum too. So ADHD and ASD actually share a surprising number of symptoms, and you can have both. ADHD symptoms are extensive, they are external, they are internal, they're exhausting, and they're actually astonishing when you first find out about them. Some people have mild symptoms, some people have severe symptoms. Mine are quite severe. ADHD is not a behavioural disorder. It's not a willpower problem. It's not bad parenting. It's not poor lifestyle. It's not laziness or stupidity or craziness. And it's not something that a person with ADHD has control over. It's actually the opposite of all of those things. And it's absolutely not something that everyone has. And I personally credit my ADHD for loads of the really positive things about myself. Like, I really do consider it an absolute superpower, but it is also hugely challenging on a daily basis, navigating my brain in a society that just isn't set up to understand or account for or even tolerate people that have brain differences. You just end up thinking you are defective, to be honest. So neurodiversity is something that people just know so little about, and it's honestly blowing my mind because it touches all of our lives in some way, whether it's ourselves or people we love or people we, work with and have to spend a lot of time with, even if we don't love them. And whether it's a brain difference like ADHD or ASD or Tourette's or bipolar or dyslexia or the neurology of unresolved trauma, for example, then there's illnesses like depression and anxiety and even Parkinson's disease and chronic fatigue syndrome and ME and even chronic inflammatory diseases like endometriosis, which I have myself, and Crohn's. These are all linked to neurology and they're all linked to neurodiversity. And the fact we know so little on the whole is really damaging. It's destroying people's lives as well as society at large, who are missing out on the power of so many people who are struggling day to day. So I'm going to start talking about this a lot more. it's a huge topic for me, so this is quite a difficult thing for me to summarise, but I'm trying. I've been interviewed by the truly wonderful Tracy Otsuka over in the US, who has the world's #1, so most downloaded podcast on this subject. I feel a little bit sick sharing it, mainly because I do want to do it justice, and like I said, it's such a big topic. But I'm sharing it. So if you go on tracyotsuka.com/podcast, or go on any podcast platform like Spotify or Apple and search ADHD for smart ass women, not smart ass, that would be a British, not so good version, smart ass in an American accent. Give it a listen. I will pop the link on this post as well. But please do hit me up with any questions if you've got any. I'm really excited to start talking about it. So that is everything. Week 1 of my dive in to everything going on at TrueStart, and a bit of a zoom out as well to just what's on my mind as well. And have a wicked week, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.